Hey y'all, welcome back to Ascending with Ashley. Ooh, 28 minutes. Good, because I need to talk. This is a throat chakra exercise. We are going to release. We're going to do a little story time. Whatever comes out, it needs to come out. And I have been encouraged to share whatever needs to be shared about me so I can release. Yesterday was the first day of art camp. We canceled. If you watched Wake and Bake, you know me and Niall have been sick the past few days. Definitely not able to do art camp. Guess who fucking texted me? I have been in no contact with my mom since about April, May for sure. And then we've had like one or two conversations within that time frame. My mom decided to cut us off financially. She was supporting us by helping with a monthly little stipend for us. And when I pulled back my energy and said, this is a trauma bond, we need to stop talking every day, this is too codependent, it's not healthy, her response was, well, I'm not paying your money. I'm not giving you any money. She literally said, I don't want to be manipulative, but if we're not going to have a relationship, I'm not sharing my money. Which, the money she's using, I have made so many videos about this and I've never felt comfortable sharing it. I think I have recently, but I don't know if I kept it private. My mom is living predominantly off of my father, who died when I was 14. So like, what, 22 years ago? It was 2002. Yeah, 22 years ago. She's shared multiple times that she is living off of his life insurance. My mom just got a divorce last year. I'm over it, but I'm just sharing. I'm not over it. I have a lot of resentment because of the struggles that Niall and I are facing. And I've done everything to try and, get us good. And now again, we're living paycheck to paycheck, which when I bought land was like not my goal. I wanted to be able to build, right? And now here we are. I'm grateful. Don't get me wrong. I love it here. I don't want to be off grid. I can't be off grid right now. I can't be on that land right now. The land is not ready. My car is not ready. We're not ready. We love where we are. That's why we're doing all the art stuff and utilizing our time in community to build with the community, right? Hang on, let me deliver this pancake. Anyway, when you go no contact with someone who does not have boundaries, for the longest time, until literally like June, I was like, oh, I'm so bad at keeping boundaries. No, I'm not the problem. My mom and I had this enmeshment. My mother she's a covert narcissist. Ooh, it feels good to say those words out loud. She will always be the good one, no matter who she is in conflict with. She's always the good one. I'm really worried. I'm not really worried because I don't really give a fuck anymore. But what concerns me now is that she has a therapist that she really likes. And if you've ever been to therapy, you know when you really like your therapist, they're not holding you accountable for the bullshit that you're doing. They are a flying monkey. And that's a term for someone who supports narcissists and their games and their bullshit and will, keep fueling their fire. Okay, that's what a flying monkey is. My relationship with all of the women in my family is zero. I am the cycle breaker. I am doing everything different. And I understand that makes it hard to be in relationship with me. I get it. Having the empathy to be on the other side, having been through life and being 70 years old and doing things the way I was told, putting a man first, being a wife, doing my career, I'm not doing any of that. So I get it. I get how frustrating it must be, how hard it must be. However, I am also, I believe in myself, and I was also thrown under the bus multiple times And there's never ever been the proper accountability for that. And so I've tried to move past it, but I can't, because it's a really important part of, it's the reason I chose this path, quite frankly. And so, you know, things were said. One thing that was said in particular in my throat, I can already feel it clearing. When I quit smoking, my mom, so I did a lot of root work to figure out why I was smoking, and it was because I had been silenced. And so it was something that I picked up to silence myself, right? And I had been silenced by my family back in 2009 when I had my first break. I don't want to put any diagnostic language on it because I don't believe that's what it was. It was stemming from abuse, ultimately. And so when I had my first break, I was very verbal about fuck you. I remember screaming so loud to my sister, to her husband, and to my mother for putting me in these institutions, putting control over me, not giving me the support that I required, instead just shoving me in an institution so that they weren't embarrassed, right? That's what it felt like. That's how it felt. And I was so toxic in those institutions. I remember being like, I don't belong here. I'm getting my degree. You know, I was nasty. I was a gross person. But I was also around gross people. And those are the people who I've chosen to not have any relationship with. And they've chosen to not have relationship with me. However, when narcissists want you to react, the most powerful thing you can do is not react. So yesterday, my mother and I have not talked since May. At the end of June, or no, at the very, very beginning of July, when we didn't receive our monthly money. Hang on. What's going on? When we didn't get that, I just messaged her and said, hey, it would have been nice if you would have given me a notice. She knows how much we use that money, how much it's needed. It's used for groceries. It's used for household items. It's not frivolous by any means. As you know, if you watch any of my content, we make shit because we have to, okay? We don't have the means to buy things that we want. Sometimes I make it work. I make, you know, whatever. But yeah, a lot of that money is used for bills and groceries. That's basically, you know, maybe once a month I can do some shopping. Right now I started birthday party planning in June. So I've been, you know, using a little bit here and there to make sure we get the birthday party taken care of. And we had a little bit extra come in from taxes. So anyway, yesterday she fucking messaged me. Oh, good morning. I'm thinking about you. Have fun at art camp. And it's so funny because the whole time I was sick, I was like, I know these bitches. I know that whether they know they're doing it or not, there's evil eye being sent to me. And that can be sent via jealousy, envy, anger. Any of those feelings can come through as an evil eye. When I got sick, I was like, oh, that's exactly what this is, because this bitch is supposed to be here like today, and here I am falling deathly fucking ill all the fucking sudden out of the blue when we get sick maybe once a year. Come on. Okay. So I knew that there was ill intent behind my illness. I knew it wasn't just me getting sick. However, because I practice what I practice, I have to take the okay road and know that this was some sort of divine intervention at a different level, because I know I am highly and heavily protected, because that's the only kind of magic I do is protection magic for me and Niall. Well, I'm not the only kind. I do it for other folks too, but I only do protection magic or good magic. I don't ever put hexes on anybody. I do return to senders because that's a portion of return to sender is you're gonna get back what you send, okay? And I told Niall that too. That's part of my life philosophy. I don't actually do practices, or I'm not a big witch. I don't do candles, and I don't do a lot of stuff, but I have a very, very strong mind. So, timer. Anyway, this bitch fucking texted me yesterday in the morning. Well, she didn't text me because she's blocked, and I think she finally figured that out. So she messaged me on Facebook, and I think I already uninvited her as a friend, like, back in May or June. But the reason I really stopped talking to her was because every time I make any sort of progress, stride toward my own path, she meets me with disgust. And again, I'm incredibly intuitive. I see through bullshit because I can read energy. So you can say, oh, that's awesome, but I will feel how you're really feeling, which is fuck you. Okay? And if you're having those feelings towards me, there's no place for you in my life, because I'm trying to progress myself so that I can uplift others. That's the main thing. I want to be wealthy so I can share it. I want to have a home and this space on my land so I can open it up to other women and children. I want to have a building in town so that it can become a community center, right? I'm not just thinking about me, because I am someone who is here to create a new earth, and I take that very seriously. It's not just that I take that seriously, that's literally my life mission, and if I don't work to fulfill that, I don't belong here. I don't need to be here, right? And I have been working for this time, particularly in history, my entire life. I've always wanted to be alive in like the 60s, because I was like, man, look at that hippie movement. And growing up, I was like, ugh, I was so disappointed with my mother for being alive and not utilizing that time to, and here we are again in this rotation of history, these cycles of war and death. But at this point, there's been prophecies about this. This is a tipping point for either New Earth or, AI, bad, nasty enslavement, right? And so we're at this tipping point. And so I always literally was growing up like, man, I really feel like I missed out. And now I understand I'm meant for this, because this is bigger than it was back then. You know what I mean? And I don't mean that in an egotistical way. It's just my truth. You don't have to feel any sort of way about my truth. You don't even have to be here watching this video. I'm doing this to support my throat chakra and get over this so that I can continue building. Because anytime a narcissist tries something, anytime they put themselves in their energy, and just by me reading that text, I had an anger reaction, because I'm just like, the audacity of you continuing to reach out. And then I just know, because I was supporting her divorce last year, I know the narrative that she's saying to other people about me. Oh, well, I tried to reach out to her and she didn't even respond. Constant victimization, constant centering of self. When I graduated high school, when I got married, when I graduated with my master's, always constantly centering herself. Oh, he's closer to my age. Oh, you wouldn't take pictures with me. Oh, I was 50 when I got my master. Literally things that were said to me on my biggest days, as I'm, trying to figure out how I can be taken seriously in my family, how I can be seen, But the truth is that they always saw me. They didn't want the world to see me. And I finally have that understanding, because my mom used to give me like planners, and I remember she even gave me napkins, like a pack of napkins that said, don't let anyone dull your sparkle. And it's just like, she would constantly give me this stuff to act like she's, building me up, but really it was breadcrumbing, okay? And there's a form of gaslighting, and breadcrumbing is just, here's a little bit, you know, it's what it is. It's what it sounds like. Like I said, she's living off of my father's life insurance money, which I know for a fact he put some away for me and my sister, and that's why she felt obligated when my grandma passed away to start giving me and my sister monthly money. And she's like, oh, I'm just doing this, I just want to share what I have. Bullshit. She is going around inheritances and wills, and I don't have the proof, but I have the intuition and I have the confirmation from spirit. And I am still in this space of trusting that what has been done in the dark will come to the light. I've made a video about this several times, and I've deleted all of them because I've been scared to say it out loud. But I know for a fact that that woman has kept money from me that would be enough for me to get my homestead going, to be able to support women and children, and be able to fucking get a building in town and do these things. And I know I sound like a little brat, and I'm okay with that. I've made my own way. I'm trying to figure out ways around to do those things without that help, because I know right now that's not available to me. But I also know that the injustice that has been done, if there's something left to you by a dead relative, that relative knows that there's something wrong, right? And like, I've had confirmation. I'm a psychic medium. Like I've said before, I'm the only one who can talk to my dead relatives. I know how fucking mad they are. And a lot of this anger, I think, is channeled through me. Hang on, I have to deliver this pancake. Uh-oh, you're not eating? Are you not hungry? Would you like to try a smoothie today? I think that would be good for you. Ooh, it's 8:03. That's my dad's birthday. Those are the numbers that he communicates to. Hey. Confirmation. That's how that works. That's how communication with the spirit realm works. They give you signs in the physical. That was confirmation. I know for a fact that bitch is keeping my fucking money from me. And it's not like I'm asking for $1 million. I'm asking for what is mine. And I know if he were here, he would never have allowed these things. You know, maybe back in the early 2000s, he would have been like, oh, she needs to learn her lesson. But at this point, after the things that I've accomplished and the hurdles I've set, there's no fucking way this man would have been on board with what she's been doing. Hang on. And my dad and I have really worked on our relationship since he's been dead, because we didn't really have a relationship. And I know that probably sounds crazy. Again, I don't give a fuck. It's my truth. My dad and I are very tight. Like I said, we are very tight. I bet it's 8:03 because my microwave's a little bit ahead of me. Oh, I can't see the time. Anyway. No, it's 8:04 now. Anyway. That's my truth. So when a narcissist tries to, so breadcrumbing, gaslighting, centering themselves, always the victim, but the covert narcissist is someone who can't do wrong, right? Looks really good. Dogon and my mom are both covert narcissists. I could have a PhD in this, quite frankly. They are my main abusers and also my main financial supporters, but I don't really have any issues with Dogon as long as he doesn't hurt Niall. And if he hurts Niall, we'll talk about that. But I make sure that doesn't happen. I never leave. I did a couple times, but for like 2 minutes. Anyway, my mom, the audacity of someone that you have put a boundary with, that they then have said, well, if we're not going to have a relationship, you know. And I just know the narrative that she's telling all of her little flying monkeys. She's ignoring me, and me, I didn't do anything. And then all of them, you know, it's my mom's two sisters, my aunts, but I I've gotten some confirmation that one of my aunts may be privy to what's going on, and she's actually the one in charge of my grandma's inheritance. And I've asked if I should reach out, and I've been told no, that it will come to light. But I've been given confirmation in the past month or so that there is someone batting for me in these spaces. And my sister and I also don't have a good relationship. But yesterday I saw a reading, or I heard a message that was like, there's someone that you wouldn't expect, so like, that you wouldn't expect to be sticking up for you, is sticking up for you. So right now I'm in a very deep trust space. And that's the thing, it's just the $500 a month was something that Niall and I were using for groceries. My sister is, you know, has 2 kids, and I'm sure, I don't know for a fact because we don't talk, but when they receive $500 a month, they don't have to use it. I'm sure that's going towards my niece and nephew's college funds. They're probably getting that split. Again, I don't know for sure, but I feel like they have a handsome hunk of saved money because they don't need to survive on it. And the inheritance that I did receive from my mother, or my grandmother, who is my dad's mom, was also money I needed to survive. So, yeah, I'm feeling better. I feel like this is better. I think that yesterday when I initially heard that, or got that message, I was pissed. I was pissed, but I'm also, you know, I don't expect anything different. Like I said, I knew I could feel the ill will towards me all week when I was sick. I was just like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. The timing, the energy, I knew that that was coming from outside of me. But that's the thing. It's like, are they wishing harm on me to the extent of death? And it was also this time frame last year that Woodstock went through what he went through, and my mom pulled that shit when she changed her schedule. So I asked her to be here for Woodstock's neutering. And then she changed her trip so that she could go see my sister. And then Woodstock fell very sick with parvo and like almost died. And it was the exact same time frame. So ultimately, know your fucking enemy. Know their ways. Know how to protect yourself from them. And do whatever you can to survive whatever they're doing. And to me, it's just like, as a mom, this bitch is the woman that gave birth to me, and she's doing all of this, and it's coming. I understand her because I do love her unconditionally until I realize that I actually still do have love for her. I understand that I don't have hate for her, that's for sure. That's not gonna get me what I'm asking. There you go. Love you. Don't spill it, okay? Just do your best. Do your best. Have you guys seen Just Friends? Do your best. Anyway, and that's the actress from Airplane. That's another good movie. Anyway, when someone tells you who they are, believe them the first time. It would have saved me a lot of grief, but also I wouldn't be as wise and dope as I am now if I wouldn't have been through all the trauma my mom threw at me. But I'm done now. I'm getting out of survival. I can't, you know, I don't, oh shit. Did you spill it? Oh shit. Oh, you're in here? You want your pancakes in here? Okay, I'm almost done. I'm almost running out of time for my video. Alright, let me get you a pancake. Hey, BB. I'll be right back, okay? Anyway, wow, my throat feels a lot lighter. So yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and upload this one. I only have 4 minutes left, and then, I'll probably do another one later. If you would like more tea. I have a lot more to say. It's been a good 20 years of bullshit. 22, technically. I really do resonate with the Cinderella story after my dad passed away. But, like, I wasn't close to my dad, like Cinderella was. But, like, after my dad passed away is when everybody started acting like stepsisters. So have a good one.